The Butler Bulldogs have made a new hire for the men's soccer program. Ian Sarachan has been named the new head coach of the Bulldogs after the end of Paul Snape's 15-year tenure. Sarachan is coming off of 2 years in the MLS and many years as a successful assistant coach at the collegiate level.
I was a player at UIC for 4 seasons. We had 3 NCAA tournament appearances and got into coaching pretty quickly after I finished. I was able to coach in the academy at the MLS level with the LA Galaxy. And then got my break in college with my former head coach at the University of Wisconsin. So I was there for 2 years and then kind of moved through the college system. I was at Santa Clara for 3 years, and then Creighton for 5, and spent the last 2 seasons with the Colorado Rapids as an assistant coach and came here in December. Being an assistant for 15 years or so, you start to really build who you would be as a head coach, whether that's conscious or subconscious, and I think I'm recognizing now all the things that I've seen and would do or wouldn't do, and I'm now able to put that into practice every day. So there's a certain level of pressure that comes with that because you are leading the charge, so to speak, but I think those experiences, they prepare you for this, right? Because, again, not everybody wants to be a head coach, but for me, it was the right time, and I'm prepared to do it because I've seen so many different aspects of this and been able now to formulate how I want to run a program, and so that's exciting. Yeah, obviously there's a rich history here, both athletically and then specifically to men's soccer. Competing in the Big East is a huge challenge and something that I thought would be a great opportunity for me. And obviously you have high-level student athletes here, and you want to work with the best student athletes that you can, and being able to not only bring talent in here, but see that in every day as we compete in this conference was a huge opportunity that I felt like I couldn't turn down. So it was the right timing, the right place, and the right people. This is a long-term project for me. I want to create sustained success here, and that is not just over the next 4 years, but hopefully a lot longer. I think this program can compete on both a conference level and a national level. It's going to take time. We're implementing a new style of play and recruiting new players. But we have a great base of players here that we're going to look to compete right away.
Sarachan's desire for sustained success and for the Bulldogs to immediately compete will hopefully bring about a much-needed change. The last time the men's soccer team had a winning record was in 2022, and the last time they made it to the NCAA tournament was in 2017. Sarachan has not been a stranger to success in his career and has embraced his role with new plans and how to make the Bulldogs more successful in their upcoming season.
They've obviously done a great job over the last 15 years that the former staff was here. For me, though, it's about attacking. It's about scoring goals. I want a team that plays an up-tempo, possession-based style. We want to keep possession, but in the opponent half. We want to try to create as many goal-scoring opportunities as we can, and we're going to be a team that presses and counter-presses, because when we lose it, we want to get it back so that we can create more of those chances. So intensity will be a big part of our game, attacking will be a big part of our game, and balance. We're going to be a team that doesn't forego defending, but we know that everything we do is going to be about scoring goals.
Another piece of creating success for the Bulldogs means hiring new coaching staff. Sarachan hired Guillermo Laguna in February, who coached at Florida Gulf Coast University and Iowa Western Community College. He has also hired Perry Kitchen, who was drafted 3rd in the MLS and represented the United States national team, as well as being a winner of the Lamar Hunt Trophy and the NCAA tournament with Akron. This new coaching staff has already melded and is hoping to create success for the Bulldogs.
It's taken a while, but like anything, it kind of happens like it's supposed to, right? And we have a lot of good personalities. You know, we have guys who enjoy being here every day. That's a huge piece of it for me. I want people who they want to come into the office, come to training. For Guillermo, the chance to come and be part of a Big East program was also appealing, right? You're, again, working with the best of the best in terms of athletes. You're working with players who want to compete in a serious way. And look, the student athlete around the country, every program is a little bit different. Some take it more seriously than others. That's just the nature of college sports or amateur sports. And for him, I know he wanted to be in a place that is going to compete and going to develop players for the professional level. So those were things that were really appealing for him. You know, Perry has obviously a long history as a player. He played 12 years professionally. And he's just kind of starting his coaching journey. And so I think the opportunity for him to be in a place like Butler where he can lend his experience to our players who, would love to have careers like that was a huge reason for him wanting to be here. And also, I think to be part of a staff that understands how to create a professional environment, even in a college setting, was appealing to him. And how we can train and implement game plans on a daily and weekly basis was something he really wanted to be part of. And he's totally bought into that, and it's great to have him. I think for us, we set the tone for our players and to show that we know when to be serious and when to have fun. You know that we're trying to win and compete on for serious titles, and so with that, you want guys to understand that this is important, but it's not the most important thing in their lives. At some point, they will be more than a soccer player, and they are already, but they will not be playing at some point, and you want to prepare them for that. And I think we can do that by creating a healthy balance in that way.
Beyond his desire for success on the field, Sarachan has also become invested in the Butler and Indianapolis community.
I think anytime you're part of an athletic department, you want to obviously represent the athletic department in a certain way. And, our players need to uphold those standards when they're in the classroom and when they're on the field and when they're in the community. And I think what Butler is offering as a school is so unique because the community is so entrenched in this place. You see it at Hinkle when the basketball team plays. And, for us, we want people from the community at our games. We want to meet kids at camps, and we want to help everybody we can locally with, creating relationships with schools and businesses. And I think that's something that's so special about being in a place like this, in a city that's populated with general population outside of the school. And so it's a unique opportunity for our student athletes, and I think for me, part of my job is making sure they understand that and how they integrate with the community, because whether they stay here when they're done or they go somewhere else, this will always hold a special place for them, and they'll always be back. So if they can build relationships like that while they're here, it'll last a lifetime.
Sarachan has not only looked at the external community, but also what he wants out of the internal community of a team. He reflected on what his time in the MLS taught him about relationship building and what areas, besides coaching on the technical skills, he believes are important to focus on.
No matter what level you're at, it's about the people and the relationships you build. And so it probably more than anything just gave me the sense of that is where to spend your time, building those real relationships, especially with guys coming in when they're 18, 19 years old, and hopefully staying here over a 4-year period. So, I'd say, yes, it's professional soccer, but at the end of the day, it's still working with high-end athletes who want to be treated in a way that helps them develop holistically. And so seeing that at that level, I think reinforced that this is the way to do it at this level as well.
Sarachan has a personal connection to both soccer and coaching, with his father Dave being a former player and successful collegiate and professional coach. He's coached the men's U.S. national team as well as the Chicago Fire. Sarachan spoke on what his father means to him and how he has influenced his journey, especially as a coach.
He set the tone for me in so many ways, but more than anything, like I said earlier, in how he treats people and how players respond to him as a human being. It's something that's been probably the hallmark of his career. Yes, he's been successful, but it's been more about the relationships he's built. And so I was able to see that from the very beginning, and that left such an impression on me. So it really drives how I coach and lead, and again, build those relationships with people. And that translates off the field, outside of this, and ultimately that's kind of what it all comes back to, right? We treat others how we want to be treated, and it's so simplistic, but it really is the heart of kind of everything we try to do. So, yeah.
The Bulldogs will have several friendly matches this spring as they adjust to life under their new head coach. With a full offseason ahead and a completely restructured staff, the program is entering a crucial period of development. These early games will provide the team a chance to get their feet under them with the new playing style and build chemistry with their new coaching staff. The Bulldogs will hope that with Ian Sarachan at the helm, they will finally be able to return to success in the upcoming fall season and the years to come. For all Butler students, keep an eye on the growth, progress, and hopefully the future success of the men's soccer team here at Butler University.